Are you all scared, like, of my getup here? Isaac thinks it's Hootsbla, or something from Medea. But I think it's just sexy and classy and elegant. It makes me feel like normal. But I mean, I know it's odd, but it's like doesn't go together. But you know what? For me, it does. That's just my life. Get used to it. No, I'm kidding. Well, I just want to talk to you today about something I'm thinking of. Because when I get in that moment, in that way of thinking, like, I have to talk about it. I just can't keep it in anymore these days. Like, I'm that way. But if I don't have anything to say, then I don't say anything. But, you know, I'm not one of those types that just says something just to say something. Just so you know. But I wanted to show some of my stuff too. Oops, that doesn't belong here. This is like paperwork I had from things in my life, and yeah, this is like documentation, important stuff. Some of it's not important for today, so sorry. Like there's birth records and stuff in here. Yeah. But this is what I was reading through. Oh, that's just regular birth records. This is how I found my grandpa and other things like you saw before, my brother's death certificate and my birth certificate, which I realize now that most of them are all saying, like, they all say Lisa now. But even my adoption records never mentioned I was Mona Lake. I don't know if that's what they do after you do it, but yeah. That's my order of adoption. That's my probate court. These are old people. These are like 80s. Okay. This is a copy of one of my old birth certificate. When I was Mona Lisa Reed. And yeah. I'm not supposed to have it, so you didn't see it. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, people, because it just is. You can't see what you don't know. Anyways, yeah, all this is like, where's that stuff I wanted? Oh my gosh, that didn't wrong stuff. This is the other stuff, and my other stuff's gone. No, it can't be. Wait, this is from April 17th. See, this is and it might have the April. No, yeah, the March. It has the March. Some of that's in here. Oh my gosh. What does capillary blood mean? Does anybody know? Like, I don't know what that specific term means, but it says capillary blood. I don't know if that's specific, a certain amount, certain type of blood or something, but it just says capillary. Oh, maybe that's what they gave her because she needed some more blood, because when she had his kids, she needed transfusions. Like, she had severe anemia. And she had a premature labor for me. And I was wanting to come out on March 17 is what it says. Yeah. As soon as she was admitted, and she was already like going into like that pre-labor thing, premature labor. And she had to be given Ritrodine. I don't know what it's like, how you say it, but I was 4 pounds at that time, so I only gained 3 more ounces by the time I was actually born, so yeah. This is, see, previous C-section times 2. So she already had 2. And that's why it says, over on this one, it says, intrauterine pregnancy, IUP at 35 weeks, and evidence of fetal distress, and repeat cesarean section. So she was going to have a repeat C-section. She had to have a C-section on me. So me and my sister, if I have a sister, twin sister, she would have a C-section too. Or maybe she didn't. I don't know. I don't know if you are forced to or not, but I had one. supposedly. See, and it says no complications yet. I was kept until May 17, I think. It should say when I was. I'll be right back. I'm back. And I actually had it right here the whole time. Yeah, I was in the hospital for 23 days. And all they had in my records on it was saying that I was prematurely a newborn. Like, at one point they said I had complications, but I guess down here they didn't write anything. Like, you can literally see that right there. There's like nothing down here, and all they say up here is premature newborn. Yeah, they kept me in the hospital for 23 days watching me, people. And I don't know what they could have been watching, because if I didn't have any complications, then why did they send my mom home within, I think, like a couple days? Yeah, she had me, she was discharged on April 23rd. I was born on April 17th. And so that was like, what, a week at the most, I think. Or 5 days, didn't it say? Wait a minute, let me see. I should say it somewhere. About 6 days. I think that was about 6 days. I was born at the very end, like the trail end of April 17th. So at 10:56. So you might as well say April 18th. My sister, she was born on April 18th, but in the morning. That's what I'm realizing, and like more and more that happens between me and her is really kind of cute and fun and kind of cutesy. I mean, the fact that she at least is trying to stay in communication with me really does make me feel like she's my sister. Because why would somebody go through all that trouble if they knew that you weren't anything to them? And it makes me wonder, like, this is my theory now that I have. Yeah, I'm emotional. I know I go up and down in my feelings toward the whole thing, but I have to start trying to tell myself that there's probably more involved than just what I realize. And be okay with it. Like, that's the problem with me, is since I never was validated most of my freaking existence, like, literally, hardly ever anybody ever did, I'm used to not getting validation. So, as I'm getting older and I'm wanting it, almost demanding it of people, I noticed that I don't have the patience like I used to. When I just be okay with them being mean to me or not caring. Now it's like, no, I need answers. Like, I got past that whole phase in my life, that throughout my whole existence, and I'm like, no, this ain't gonna keep happening. And yeah, that part of me comes out once in a while, and I get very emotional and pissed off. But I'm trying to realize that there might be more than what I realize involved, and things might be a little more serious than I realized. So I'm trying to, like, be okay with just this little nudges and hints every once in a while. At least it keeps me going. And she specifically always only validates my certain ones, which tells me it's impersonal. She's somebody personal to me. Like, there's no way she wouldn't know. Like, that's mainly all she focuses on my Yelp. So, even when I wasn't, she's not able to because I'm blocked. I mean, yeah, she blocked me. But she can still do that, and then it still tries to notify me, but it's not on there. It doesn't stay on there. And, it tells me that she at least thought of me at that time. And she did it, like, within a half hour of me putting up my video. So it's like... And, if she's out there, if you're out there, twin, I don't know what your real name is, but if you're out there, maybe it is Lisa, because our other sister's Lisa. So maybe we just have a lot of Lisas in our family. I don't know. But if you're out there and you're watching me and you're, on my stuff and you're trying to hint to me that I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. And I'm going to be trying to be better. I get emotional if you didn't notice. Like, that's just my personality. But maybe you already know that. Maybe you're like that too. I don't know. But if we're twins, then we probably have a lot in common. And maybe that emotional, craziness is part of it. I don't know. But I really do want to see you one day. And I think we're going to meet one day. I don't know when, but another theory I have, people, and this is, I know, way out there, so don't think I'm a freaking fruitcake just because I say this. It's just a theories, because I can throw theories into the universe, I'm a spiritual type. I'm a spiritualist, if you didn't know. I believe in voodoo and the paranormal and extraterrestrial and I believe in crystals and auras and black holes. Yeah, pretty much all that stuff. Herbal remedies, incense. I'm just that girl. I'm that girly. Yeah. But, so, yeah, this is my new theory, my newest one. And I don't know where I got it from, but let me see what time it is. Okay. I don't know where I got it from, but somehow I got this odd idea that maybe the reason that the government's involved is because now this is far-fetched, so yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't even say it. I don't even know why I thought of it, but maybe the government is not only doing testing on twins, but you know how they have the Area 51? Maybe there's more to it than that. And I don't want this to totally ruin my credibility on this video, because I'm not trying to, but it's a possibility of why they want it so hush-hush and secretive, and why they went through so much freaking trouble to totally make me not believe it. But maybe I have alien DNA in me. And maybe that's why I'll never know who my dad is. Maybe I don't have a dad from this world. Yeah, maybe some alien being impregnated my mother. And they got twins. And I was one of them, and my sister's one of them. And that's why we have abilities. And that's why I'm so much stronger than I realized, and that would explain how I could go through so much crap throughout my life. Maybe that's it. That explains why when I was little, I went out of my body. Literally. I'm not saying physically. I'm not saying I imagined myself out of my body. I did. I went out of my body. I had an out-of-body experience when I was being molested. But I never did that when I was with my brother. If I was with my brother there, and I knew he was in the room with one of those nasty sickos, I didn't go out of my body because I didn't want him to be left there by himself. I thought that would be just wrong. And so I didn't do that. Yeah, I knew enough, not to, I felt for other people, most all my life. I always thought of the other person before me. I rarely ever would have thought of what my needs were first. If I had, trust me, I'd have run away, so many different times. But back then I was so freaking very selfless, very loving, and more thinking of the other person. I rarely considered my own personal feelings back then. So yeah, I never did that when he was being hurt. Like, it would have torn me apart. But when I was on my own, like with these nasty sickos, I do remember floating out of my body. So I think, that helped protect me. And I've always been able to do, like, get out of my body. When I really needed it, like, if I really needed to get away, that's what I would do. So I almost wonder if that's, like, because I have that in me. Who knows, Then who knows what I can do in my own mind and soul. And yeah, I've gone through a hell of a lot, and I have not aged much, people. That would explain it. I didn't even think about that. Some people think if you don't age very fast, like everybody else, that you must be like a vampire or something. What if I'm really part alien being? And that's why I don't age very fast. Like, it wouldn't be a full-blooded, I'd be half. And yeah, they had to tell me in my DNA what I would be. So they put like a male's partial of their DNA too in there. So they made it seem like I have that other ancestry, when really maybe it's alien ancestry. Oh my gosh. It's like, I know it's way out there to think, but there's so much stuff been done to like keep this hush hush. So it's gotta be something, And yeah, that's my big reveal. I think I'm an alien being. Yeah, I know it's really weird, people, but I mean, my mom, when she was younger, she saw the creature as God. God told her. Yeah, I know she has paranoid schizophrenia. I get it. Everybody's just going to think she's a fruitcake. But you know what? I think that God can do that. And she said that God came down from heaven and told her when she was at one of her worst times, because she was in that system. She was in a mental hospital, like, from darn near her whole life, from age 9 to 27, and they did experimentation and put drugs in them. They did electric shock therapy, drug therapy, and mind control back then. Yeah, it was back in those days. Like, that was a long time ago. They were doing a lot more, like, extensive stuff, like, out in the open. People knew about it. They didn't care to hush it. Nowadays, they'll still do things probably, but it's more hush-hush, and it's in their little secret laboratories. But, yeah, I know there's a lot of you that's going to laugh at me, but there are some of you that believe this and know that it's true. Like, we all know that the government has done a lot of things, and look at what the freaking, what Hitler and all of them did. So don't tell me that nobody does stuff like that, and he's not the only one. Like, I hate to burst everybody's bubbles about the government. I know everybody thinks they're like Big Brother and they're there for protecting us. And yeah, sometimes, they are, but I think that sometimes they also do weird things. And I'm not saying anything bad about what happened to me. Now I realize what probably did. Like, honestly, it's kind of cool. If I am alien DNA, then, sweet. That would explain why, as a kid, I, like, overdosed seriously on enough pills that, yeah, it could have killed a freaking grown-ass adult, okay? That's how many pills I took. I was at one of my darkest moments, and I was so damn suicidal. Like, I was so depressed. This was after Johnny's death, and I told about this whole thing. All that happened to me was I hallucinated really bad. Like, I hallucinated bad. I saw the weirdest freaking shit. It, like, opened my eyes so much to everything that could possibly be in another universe. And if that's true, then we have a lot to fear, people. Because that was some sick shit. But anyways. Yeah, the creatures, odd bug things and stuff that just knew where you were all the time. And it was like a conscious awareness. You realized they were there, and they realized you were there, and the whole group came swarming at you. You know how freaky that is to a little 13-year-old? Yeah, that was freaky. That was one of my freakiest experiences besides being molested. But yeah, that's what I think, like, in other universes, that there, whatever we see and think and experience is out there someplace. It's just that we're not in tune with it because we're not on that sequence level. Like, each different paranormal universe that we're on, like, has its own way. And if you aren't resonating with those people and with that society, then you can't be there. You won't be in that society. So some areas resonate at a much higher level. You won't even see it, but it's there. And other ones are in lower levels, and if you go lower and you get, your mind gets fucked up. That's why people that go on those really bad, trips in their mind, yeah, they're in real places, people. Don't, like, let that fool you. Like, there's really freaky places out there that nobody's ever seen. Like, we should fear. Like, if anything's a hell, those would be hells. And some people, they could get trapped in places like that and then just stuck at that level for, like, God knows how long. That's freaky, But I that's what I think. I think things like that exist in different parts of the world. And, different planets and universes. There's, like, a lot of different areas out there. This whole solar system is so freaking vast. We don't even know a little partial corner of it. I mean, we're a little speck. And so that's how much stuff we haven't seen yet. So yeah, there's, like, so people that don't even believe in that stuff, they're so closed. And you have to really open your mind and your heart and your soul to really believe in that and to feel it. And once you feel it, then you're on that journey, The more stuff will come to you. And me and Isaac's been through so many weird experiences. Like, things that we're like, oh my gosh, we just see that? Did that just happen? We actually have talked to animals. Like, I talked to this one animal, and I was like, this little deer and this little baby deer and it was like a little child, and then a grown adult female is the mom, and we're like, okay, go over there, be safe, because they were gonna cross the road again, and we just like, get out of the road, go on, be safe. And so yeah, you can talk to animals and they will somewhat understand you. Like, if you tell them things, I used to talk to my cat all the time, because especially if I was sad, I would cry and sit there and sob and just, like, talk to my cat. Or my dog, Peaches. And yeah, I even talked to Peaches, and she was like, it's like sometimes they would almost understand. They'd just be sitting there listening to you, and it's like they do know what you're saying. And then I would just be like, ah! And just be like, bah, bah, bah. Yeah, I had to do certain things to, like, amuse myself sometimes back then, especially if I was all on my own and everything. And I would be, like, freaked out, and I would be like, Peaches, we're alone. This is, like, really freaky. And, she'd be kind of getting that weird feel, too, because animals, like, sense what you're feeling. Like, if you're feeling freaked, they're gonna, like, start having that weird vibes. When I was, like, in my hallucination thing, I was talking to this other dog. Our other dog is Darcy. And I was like, Darcy, there's, like, bugs everywhere. And I looked at her, and she was, like, almost looking at the bugs. Like, she could see them, too. And she was starting to swat at him, like she was trying to kill him or something. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my mom and dad up. And so I did, and that was when they told me Darcy wasn't even up. She wasn't there at all. But you know what I think? I think that Darcy's spirit was there, and she was almost trying to protect me. And it's kind of neat to think like that, because animals will protect you. And if you're being, like, have something bad around you, and then you see your dog or something, and it knows that you're scared, it will protect you. And that's what I believe in that. I believe that animals are protectors, and they are there to just, stand up for their master. As long as you treat them right and everything. And I think I'm like almost a source of the protector for the dogs because I am a dog. Like that's my sign is an Aries. And maybe me being alien DNA makes me more harnessed or more like known by the animal kingdom, because when that one time when I was at by myself and I saw all these dogs coming at me, I was freaked at first, And I was scared the whole time. I was like, don't hurt me. And they just circled me, and it was like they were curious about me. And I was like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. I was like so freaked. And they just circled me, kept circling, like the whole neighborhood, like a lot of different dogs. Like we're talking, like I'm not talking one or two. I'm talking probably at least 8, 9, maybe 10 dogs were circling. It felt like that when I was doing that. Like it felt like a lot of dogs, like just circles, and they closed in on me, and I was like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? And all the freaking neighbors didn't do anything. Their dogs just couldn't come up to the street. Like I was on the street, I wasn't on the sidewalk. So yeah, I was like, what the freak? And all of a sudden they just went home, and I was like, oh, thank you. Like I don't know what the freak they wanted. I still don't to this day, but they didn't hurt me. I wonder if they knew what was inside of me and that I wasn't of this world, and that like kind of interested them. I almost like get that vibe from them, because it's like a part of me like had that feel. Like not the feel that back then, because I wasn't nearly open to anything like that back then. I was very closed to spirituality, but not totally, because I still looked at books and stuff. Yeah, I snuck them. But yeah, I was like, had that weird vibe, like, what just happened? Like, thank God they didn't hurt me, but what did they want? Like, now I think about it, it's like, what the freak did they want? Like, they were just testing me or looking at me or something, but it was like, there's so many times that I've had really weird, bad situations, but I got out of it and I was safe. So, you know, that's why I believe that somebody's up there looking down at me and watching, making sure nobody does do anything that will really hurt me, because I think I am part of an experiment, and I think I have a sister who also is, and she knows about everything, but I don't. So maybe that was the test. I'm supposed to not know, but she's supposed to know and see what we do with our life, I guess. But hopefully they let us come together soon, because I wouldn't mind. If I'm gonna experiment, they might as well just like bring me into this lab or something. So if I ever get taken, people, that's probably freaking real. So if I get taken, something big is about to go down and be revealed. And just know that there's such a thing then. I'll be rocking proof, I really think that would be so cool. And it would explain like why I never got a dad on my birth certificate, when my birth mom put a dad on every other person in my family's birth certificates. I was literally the only one that she didn't write some name on. Like, that to me is a very big hit and a half. Like, why? I understand that she thought that I would get taken away, but in the same sense, she could have just made up some other name, like Sonny, like what my brother had, because we look a lot similar too. But he might not be my brother's dad then. Maybe my brother did just have a regular dad, and I somehow was that experiment. So, who knows? Or maybe John was also an experiment, and maybe his twin is out there too. That would be so cool. Oh, that would be so awesome. Like, I would get my brother back, because he would look like my brother. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. I'd be like, wow, he was a twin too. We look a lot alike. Me and my brother do. So if I have a twin sister, she's gonna like be a freaking dead ringer to me. So yes, all you men out there, there's another female. But I think she has a man already. So you're out of luck. But I don't know, maybe she might not be married. She might just have a man. I don't know. I don't know everything about my sister. I hope so someday. Well, I shouldn't keep you much longer. I wasn't gonna like drag this on, but yeah. And I hope that I get to see her someday and she just keeps at least staying in my life, and I might share this video with her. So she can at least see like that I've been right saying stuff about her. You know, in a good way. I'm talking good stuff. I'm trying to like bring out some kind of little truth. I don't know 100%, so I'm not saying they're 100% truth, but she does keep liking my stuff on Yelp and specific things in particular, which leads me to believe she knows more than what I think she knows, or what I initially thought she knew. So, more than likely, she's my sister, and at least somewhat has an interest in me. She knows what I look like. I put a lot of my pictures up, so she already knows what I look like. If I really wasn't anything close to what she was, then I don't know why she'd keep wanting to be in my life. Or unless she knows something about, she might not be my sister, but might be somebody who knows about my sister. So I don't know. But I hope that I find out. Oh, and I have been told by multiple people that they thought it was somebody they knew. So that's another reason I'm not just going on like blind stuff. I've been like approached multiple times. I've been grabbed at by males, and like a female literally thought I was her friend, and on the bus, and I told her I wasn't, like I didn't know her. And she kept staring at me. Like, it was the weirdest stare and the weirdest, oddest situation. I felt so uncomfortable. Like, that's the first time, like, with a female on the bus that I felt uncomfortable. Because usually it's men hitting on me. But that was the first time a female made me feel, like, uneasy. Because the way she looked, like, she was just, like... She was, like, looking at me like she was pissed that I wasn't saying I was her friend. Like, I was like, sorry, ma'am, I don't know you. And she almost had this, like, disdain look, like, how can you say you don't know me? You do know me, remember? She was, like, also somewhat speaking in Spanish, so I was like, sorry, I don't know, and I don't speak Spanish. So I think my sister might speak Spanish, too. Yeah, we're Spanish, too. We have, like, a lot of different ancestry in us, so... And that might be another thing, like, why I'm everything in the rainbow. And the freaking, like, I'm literally all the different stuff. So that might explain why, like, they wanted to see, what a person would look like and how much they could do if they were given some kind of stuff from the government, like, super intelligence or whatever they gave us. And with all the ethnicities and this and that, like, that would be some cool crap. And I hope that I'll keep posted whenever I have something. I always keep you updated, and I have other thoughts about it and stuff. So, yeah. That's everything tonight, everybody. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day and week so far. And just keep being you and keep being amazing in this world. Because the world needs it. Lord knows we need it. Oh, bye. Toodles.